You know that feeling, right? You're in a crucial meeting, maybe a big client pitch or a high-stakes strategy session, and someone throws out a question, and your brain just screams for an instant fact check. You know the answer's out there somewhere, but you're stuck trying to discreetly Google under the table.
Yeah, while trying to look totally engaged. We've all been there.
Exactly. It's that modern dilemma, isn't it? Information overload, so much data, but it's rarely right there when you actually need it most.
Right.
Well, for your deep dive today, we're looking into a new era of AI tools. Tools that promise to bring you real-time, verified info right when and where you need it.
That's right. And our mission here for this deep dive is to really get under the hood of Perplexity AI. It calls itself an answer engine, and it's aiming to, fundamentally redefine how you search.
An answer engine.
Yeah. And specifically, we're going to unpack its really groundbreaking partnership with Fireflies.ai. This puts a real-time research assistant literally inside your virtual meetings.
Ooh.
Imagine an AI teammate, not just taking notes, but instantly answering any question with a live web search. Right there, in the moment.
Okay, that sounds potentially huge. So we've pulled insights from some pretty interesting sources for this. YouTube transcripts exploring Perplexity itself, its features, its integration with Fireflies, obviously, and even this ultimate AI battle comparison pitting Perplexity against the big ones like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, and Grok.
Yeah, that comparison threw up some surprising results.
I bet. So yeah, get ready for some hopefully eye-opening insights and maybe some practical strategies you can actually use.
Gotta dive in.
Okay, so let's start with Perplexity AI itself. The sources call it an answer engine. What does that actually mean compared to, say, Google?
Right, it's a key distinction. So instead of just giving you a list of links like a traditional search engine.
The blue links?
Exactly. Perplexity tries to give you a direct, comprehensive answer. But here's the critical part, the thing that really sets it apart. Citations.
Okay, so it tells you where it got the information.
Precisely. Little numbered citations right there in the text. It's all about building confidence, making sure it's not just making stuff up, no hallucinations.
That's a big deal with AI right now.
It really is.
Okay.
And what's compelling is how it does it. It doesn't just look in one place. It actually reads through multiple resources to put together that answer.
Multiple sources.
Yeah. And you see those little numbers. You click on one, boom, you're at the original source. It's a trust mechanism, fundamentally. It shifts you from just blindly trusting to being able to verify it yourself.
Which is crucial for professional use, I imagine. You need that accuracy.
Absolutely paramount.
And I saw it offer some smart ways to filter searches, too. It's not just general web.
Right. You can tell it, okay, only look at academic papers for this, which is, a game changer if you're doing serious research.
Definitely.
But then on the other hand, it also has a social filter. It mainly searches Reddit.
Reddit. Interesting. Why Reddit?
Well, think about it tapping into the wisdom of the crowd, right? For things like, say, real-world budgeting advice or product reviews from actual users.
Okay, I can see that. So that kind of precision, that flexibility, how does that actually change things for a user?
It streamlines things.
Yeah.
A lot. And stepping back, Perplexity gives you quite a bit of control to customize how it works for you.
How so?
Well, first, you sign up for an account. All your searches get saved in a library. Easy to go back to.
Standard stuff? Okay.
But then you can give it custom instructions in your profile. Like you can tell the AI, hey, always get straight to the point. Or format answers using simple bullet points.
Oh, nice. So you train it to your style.
Exactly. It adapts to your preferences. And then it takes it even further with something called spaces.
Spaces.
Yeah, think of them like personalized rooms. Every chat inside a specific space follows particular custom instructions you set for that space.
I see. So you could have different AI personas.
Pretty much. You could create, say, a business mentor space that always gives you blunt, no-nonsense advice. Or maybe a travel agent space focused on finding unique local stuff.
That's cool.
And what's really powerful is you can add your own files, PDFs on the free plan, more types on Pro, and even web links into these spaces. And the AI uses that information to answer your questions within that space.
Wow, okay. That's like building your own specialized little AI expert. What about Perplexity Pro? You mentioned Pro.
Right, so Pro basically gives you access to, I think it's 3 times more sources when it searches. So you get maximum precision.
More sources, better answers, potentially.
Potentially, yeah. And even free users get a taste. They get 3 Pro searches per day.
Oh, okay, a little trial.
Exactly. And if you're a Pro user, you also get this really interesting option to choose the underlying AI model. You can pick Sonar, which is their own, or Claude, GPT-4o, even Gemini.
Wait, so you can run GPT-4o inside Perplexity?
Yes, but, and this is a really crucial point people often miss, it's not the same as just using ChatGPT directly.
How is it different?
Perplexity takes these models, like GPT-4o, and refines them specifically for search and finding real data. They fine-tune them to be really good at digging out facts and cross-referencing, rather than, say, creative writing.
Ah, okay. So it's optimized differently. ChatGPT might be better for writing a poem.
Exactly. Or drafting an email. Perplexity is optimized for speed and grounding its answers in the latest verifiable web info. That's its whole value proposition. Accuracy and factual retrieval first.
Got it. That makes sense. So we've seen what Perplexity can do on its own, but the really exciting part, maybe, is putting that power into, well, meetings. You mentioned Fireflies.ai. I've been in so many meetings, desperately trying to look up some fact, like a competitor's latest numbers or some new regulation.
That frantic under-the-table Googling.
Totally. So Fireflies.ai, it's already known as, like, the gold standard for AI meeting assistants, right?
Yeah.
It joins your calls on Zoom, Meets, Teams.
Yeah, it does the transcription, summarization, action items, even analyzes who's talking when. It's already pretty powerful.
But this new thing changes it.
Completely. It's the Talk to Fireflies feature, and it's powered by Perplexity. You see, before, Fireflies was mostly a passive observer. It listened, took notes, gave you stuff after the meeting.
Post-meeting summaries.
Exactly. But now, it can actively participate. It's like having an AI teammate right there in the call with you.
An AI teammate.
Yeah. Not just handling notes, but able to answer any question you ask it. Using Perplexity for live web search in real time, all without disrupting the conversation flow.
Okay, hold on. How does that actually work in the moment? It sounds complicated to manage during a call.
It's actually surprisingly simple from the user side. First, voice activation, you just say, hey, Fireflies.
Okay, like Alexa or Siri?
Kind of, yeah. Then real-time processing. If you ask about something that was already said in the meeting, Fireflies just searches the transcript instantly.
Ah, clever.
But if you ask about something external, like what's the latest funding round for competitor X, it pings Perplexity, searches the live web, and brings back the answer.
And this works across different platforms, Zoom, Teams.
Yep. Seamlessly. No downloads, no browser extensions needed. It just works.
Wow. Okay, give me some examples. How would you actually use this?
Okay, imagine a sales call. Prospect mentions a competitor you weren't expecting. You just say, hey, Fireflies, what's the latest on competitor-wise pricing? And boom, you get the info without missing a beat.
Okay, that's powerful. No more, let me get back to you on that.
Exactly. Or a strategy meeting. Someone quotes a market statistic. Hey, Fireflies, verify that market share number. Instant fact check.
Yep.
Or pull up details on new regulations mid-discussion.
It keeps the momentum going.
Totally. Or client consultations. Instead of pausing to look something up or promising to follow up, you get the answer right then and there. It makes you look incredibly prepared, incredibly knowledgeable.
That sounds miles ahead of something like, say, Otter.ai. I mean, Otter does transcription, but it doesn't have that live web search or active participation, does it?
No, exactly. Otter and similar tools are great for the post-meeting stuff, analyzing the transcript. But Fireflies with Perplexity is playing a different game, real-time intelligence during the meeting. That live web access is the key differentiator.
Okay, so how do people get this? Is it widely available?
Good question. It's currently rolling out to Fireflies Pro and business customers. The basic Talk to Fireflies feature, searching the transcript, is included there.
Right.
But the Perplexity integration, the live web search part, that's part of their premium offering. You're looking at around $18 per user per month for Fireflies Pro to get that full AI teammate capability.
$18 a month.
Okay.
For businesses relying on those meetings, I can see the value proposition.
Yeah, for critical calls, it could easily pay for itself by saving time or providing that crucial piece of information right when it's needed.
Okay, so we've seen Perplexity on its own and this pretty amazing Fireflies integration. But how does Perplexity really stack up against, the giants? ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok?
Right, the big picture, that ultimate AI battle comparison you mentioned earlier had some, let's say, interesting findings.
Let's hear it. Where does Perplexity actually shine?
Well, no surprise, citations. It was described as the only winner for clear, consistent sourcing. Even citing specific joke websites or Reddit threads accurately, that's its core strength, its whole thing, really.
Okay, so top marks for showing its work. What else?
Critical thinking was another area. Perplexity, along with Gemini actually, did well. It spotted a spurious correlation in a graph example and it correctly identified survivorship bias in a tricky problem. So, decent analytical skills there. It also handled translation pretty well, apparently acing a complex sentence with homonyms where others struggled. And image identification, when asked to identify a car from a photo, Perplexity was apparently spot on with the exact model number.
A specific identification, okay.
Yeah, and file summarization, it could read a PDF and pull out key bullet points easily. Plus, it was good with really recent news, like picking up on a new charger announced just yesterday.
So factual stuff, analysis, recent info, specific ID, sounds pretty good. You said interesting findings, implies there's a but.
There's definitely a but. The sources highlighted some, frankly, surprising struggles.
Oh, like what?
Product research was a big one. It apparently recommended products that don't even exist, like some non-existent Sony headphones, the WF-100 XM6s.
Hallucinating products.
Seems like it. And it failed to stick to requirements, like finding red earphones. Just ignore that. And it even messed up prices, listing $40 earphones as $9.99. Plus, it couldn't seem to pull info from external website links provided to it.
Yikes, that's not great for an answer engine.
Not ideal. And general problem solving. It was apparently straight up wrong on a simple question, like how many suitcases fit in a car boot.
Really? Huh.
Image identification was hit or miss too. While it got the specific car right, it misidentified dehydrated porcini mushrooms from the photo.
Okay, so maybe less good with ambiguity.
Perhaps. And creativity or idea generation. Apparently, it completely missed the mark on creating a travel itinerary. And for generating YouTube video ideas, it was described as barking up the wrong tree entirely.
So not its strong suit.
Definitely not. Memory was another issue. It didn't remember talking about a cake earlier in the conversation. Needed a reminder.
Context window issues, maybe?
Could be. The voice mode also got criticized, described as having a text-to-speech engine vibe, often mishearing input.
We've all experienced that with voice assistants.
Right. And apparently it doesn't take the hint very well when you tell it to shut up.
Ah, okay.
Speed was also mentioned, generally quite a bit slower than ChatGPT and Grok. And finally, integrations. Compared to competitors linking with Google Workspace or Dropbox, Perplexity was noted as having nothing really of note.
Wow, okay, that's quite a list of weaknesses.
It is. Stepping back, the overall feeling from that AI battle was that Perplexity was, and I quote, occasionally very impressive, but mostly quite unimpressive.
Yeah.
It scored lower than ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini in overall versatility.
So the battle confirms its niche.
I think so, yeah. It really solidifies Perplexity as being excellent, maybe even best in class, for that specific task of verifiable, cited, factual search. But it's not trying to be the creative, do-everything AI like some others.
Right. It's a specialized tool.
Precisely. It's the truth teller, the fact checker. If your decisions really hinge on having verifiable facts, especially up-to-the-minute ones, Perplexity offers something distinct that the more generalist AIs don't seem to match right now.
Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for you, the listener? This deep dive, I think, really shows how Perplexity is changing the information game, right? Especially with that Firefly's integration for meetings.
Absolutely.
And while clearly no AI is perfect, Perplexity definitely has its strengths and weaknesses. Understanding those specifics lets you choose the right tool for the right job. It empowers you to be, well, more informed and effective.
And I think a critical point to consider is how you can apply this. Perplexity's strength, as we've said, is verifiable, cited info. Its unique application in Fireflies means instant knowledge and live conversations.
Yeah.
So think about your own work, your own life. How could having real-time cited information transform how you handle things? How could it make you seem incredibly prepared in those moments that really matter?
It's a powerful thought. Which leads us to our final provocative thought for you to chew on. If an AI can now join your most important conversations, your client calls, your strategy sessions, and instantly pull up basically any fact from the entire internet, what new skills do you need to develop to truly leverage that kind of power? And maybe just as importantly, what old habits, like I made that frantic under-the-table Googling, can you finally leave behind?